All set and ready to go, bud.
Brian, why was this the right move for you, now after great success here at Siena?
Well, it's certainly a little bittersweet because I've enjoyed everything that we've been able to do in the last couple of years here at Siena. I'm going to miss all the people you see day to day, the guys in the locker room, and Father Kevin and John have been absolutely outstanding to work for. But for my family and the opportunity to for my professional career and to take care of my family, it certainly was a great opportunity, and obviously with the resources and facilities that a big state school can offer in the Big East Conference with the way lacrosse is moving. I certainly wanted to challenge myself and take advantage of the opportunities that Rutgers allowed me to have.
You were just trying to make sure you got a shot at Syracuse every year, right? Is that kind of the deal here?
Well, I thought I was proud of the way the guys handled themselves in the Dome last month, and it's nice to have goals to play them at the end of the year, and now we're going to have goals of challenging them every year.
Yeah. Obviously, this is a place you're familiar with. You guys, maybe the record didn't say it, but the teams that you beat when you were there as an assistant coach showed that you had good experiences at Rutgers the season you were there.
It's funny because when I was a young kid growing up, the first lacrosse camp I went to was at Rutgers. The first coaching job I had when I was in college was a counselor as a coach at Rutgers during the summer camps that they put on. And then, to have the opportunity to be there back in 2000, 10 years ago, and to see some of the things, and even though it was only a short time there, the potential for Rutgers to be one of the better programs in the country, it's certainly there. Now, it's easier said than done, and you're going to have to roll up your sleeves and go to work. But I think that's a challenge I'm excited to take on, and I know the family is excited to move down there as well.
Brian, when you look at how tough of a decision it is, it's one you had to make, but how tough was it? I mean, how long did you have to think about it, pros, cons? I mean, how long was that process?
The hardest thing is the guys that are in the locker room right now. And I honestly believe that the returning class that are seniors right now with all the experience. Tom Moore is a fifth-year senior, captain for us in the goal, and then obviously the incoming recruits that I think are very talented made it a difficult decision. The relationships are a big part of why you do what you do in the coaching ranks, in recruiting, and people you surround yourself with a staff, and obviously John Jargenio and Father Kevin. The leadership starts at the top, so those are two of the best people I've had a chance to work with in my career. So, but I also felt a very strong connection to Tim Pernetti, the athletic director down at Rutgers, and from the first phone call to the day I spent down there, getting to know him and speaking with him about the vision that he has for Rutgers, it was certainly very much the same as the goals I had and the vision I had, and with the time being there 10 years ago, there's no doubt I feel that we can accomplish those goals.
Brian, one of the things that Tim mentioned in his general comments about what kind of coach they were looking for was someone that would have success recruiting Long Island. Obviously, you have had success recruiting Long Island, and being from down there, how much do you think that played in you're being successful in getting this Rutgers job?
Well, obviously, growing up on Long Island, having a lot of strong ties there, from being from down there, but also in the coaching ranks, going down there, recruiting every year. But I think it's like anywhere else. Here at Siena College, down at Rutgers, every school is going to have a little niche. They're going to have some opportunities that are really attractive to young men that we want to get in front of. And the state of New Jersey is getting better and better, and they are very strong with the student athletes they produce. Long Island being right next door, an hour, 2 hours away, Westchester County, New York, the Northeast, the Philadelphia area. I just think location-wise, it's very centrally located. You draw a 2.5, 3 hour circle around the campus of Rutgers. I think you're going to be right in the mix of the best lacrosse players and student athletes in the country.
I'm sure the schedule's already set for next year, maybe even your non-conference from there out. Will you look to get into some kind of relationship with Siena as far as playing? I know you had talked often about how difficult it is to schedule. Will you look to do something with Siena or something like that as far as getting them on your schedule somehow?
Well, my first concern right now is still being able to thank all the people that helped me with everything that we've been able to do here at Siena College, and it's been a crazy 12 to 24 hours trying to get in touch with all the players, the recruits, the alumni, and thank them and let them know what was going on before the media and the press releases all went out. But that's going to be part of the near future as far as reaching out to new players down at Rutgers, the alumni down at Rutgers that have a lot of pride in a 100-year tradition of lacrosse down there, and then obviously making sure that we're getting ready for the start of fall practices. And I got to believe, and haven't looked at it yet, but the 2012 schedule with the Big East is all set, and I'm sure the non-league games are all set. So just maybe making sure that everything still stands the way it is. I don't know how much massaging they'll be able to be done for the first year.
Coaching staff, you taking any of the guys with you? Do you know yet?
Well, I know the first people I called last night were my staff to let them know what was going on, and obviously that's something that we got to continue to talk about. I know there's some opportunities here at Siena, which I'm sure they're both very interested in, and certainly been a big part of the success we've had recently. So I want to see what's best for them. Selfishly, I want to obviously do what's best for Rutgers right now as well. But there's still a lot of ties to Siena College, and if the opportunity is there for them, I certainly want to, as anything, my job as a head coach is to provide them the opportunities to progress and develop in their careers. So if that means being able to continue things here, I want to see that happen. If not, certainly I couldn't have asked for a better staff than Eric Wolf and Craig McDonald over the last couple of years. So certainly would have a lot of interest in continuing to keep those relationships as well.
Coach, talk a little bit about the future of the program. Obviously, from where you came 7 years ago to where the program is now, you've obviously built up quite a program here and really left it in good hands for whoever follows you here as the next head coach of Siena men's lacrosse.
Well, I agree, and I think it's because of the players. And the players make plays on game day, and we've been able to attract some high-level student athletes that have really put their stamp on something here. And there's a great group that's coming back. As I mentioned, Tom Moore, who's a captain for us, a fifth-year senior, was a first-team All-MAC goalie. To win big games, as you saw in the Carry Dome a couple weeks ago, having 19 saves, you need a big-time goalie. Because that next level, it's moving fast, and you need experience, and you need some guys with some seasoning. So I think the senior class is very talented. They've been playing and have been an integral part for the last 4 years of everything that we've had success-wise here at Siena College. And as I said earlier, it starts at the top. With Father Kevin being the president a couple of years ago, and what John Dargenio's allowed me to do as the head coach here. You've had good people, not only the players, but the administration. And but I'll say this. The alumni have been extremely generous with their time, their support, and we probably wouldn't be here today being in the top 20, winning 2 MAC championships and going to the NCAA tournament if we didn't have the alumni support, with some of the guys locally, day to day, and also, outside the area, giving their support and their generous contributions.